Everyone, welcome back to Caroline in the Kitchen. Today we're making Haitian spaghetti, and I need you to say it with me correctly. It's not spaghetti, it's spaghetti. All right, now let's get into it. We're going to make this yummy bomb spaghetti with our hot dogs. You know what it is. So let's get into the ingredients. You're basically going to need all of these ingredients, some hot dogs of your choice, 16-ounce spaghetti, and you're also going to need the tomato paste. We're using some ketchup. Okay, I'm also using this hot sauce. You do not have to use hot sauce if you do not want it spicy. Some vinegar, as well as whatever bell peppers, whatever onions that you want to use, whatever colors you want to add to it. So it could be colorful and good. And I'm using my ippies. If you need the ippies recipe, check the link up here. This is our Haitian traditional spice. Okay, so this is important. So I'm using some extra virgin olive oil, some salt, pepper, some Creole seasoning, and some paprika and garlic salt. All right, you can use whatever you want to season with. You just want to boil some water and put some salt up in that water. So this can just season your pasta noodles that you're going to boil in this water. So I'm just adding salt, I guess about a teaspoon, some olive oil, maybe like a tablespoon and a half of oil, and then I am just going to put my noodles in there. I use about 3/4 of the box, just because of the ratio. I just don't want to use too much pasta where the pasta is not saucy enough. So I use about 3/4 of the box. All right. And then I'm leaving that like 1/4 portion in there. And you're just going to mix it up. And this is important actually so that it doesn't stick together. So make sure you mix it up in there. Okay. You don't want your pasta to be all sticky together now. And you're just going to mix it together and just let that boil down. So here's what you're going to do with the hot dogs. It's important that you cut your hot dogs like this. Don't cut it all the way because we're going to boil it in the pasta water and you want it to stick together, but you want it to be like slit open so that all that pasta water can make these hot dogs super yummy and flavorful and plump, and that salt water can get into these hot dogs and they can cook properly. So this is something that I do that I don't see a lot of people do, but please boil your hot dogs first. You want it to be juicy and yummy and plump. So you got to boil the hot dogs, okay? So I just boil it like so in my spaghetti after I have sliced them on the top halfway through. Now I'm going to cut up my seasonings. I'm going to dice up my onion. So I just do it like this. I'm using about half an onion, and I'm also going to use half of each pepper that I have, okay? I'm not going to use the entire peppers, and I'm just going to cut it halfway. I'm going to take out the seeds, and I'm going to make sure I wash, all those seeds out, and I am just going to dice it up. By the way, if you are enjoying this video so far, please leave it a thumbs up. If it's your first time on my channel, do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our amazing Caribbean recipes on this channel. I share Jamaican recipes. I share Haitian recipes because I'm half Jamaican and Haitian. I'm actually Mrs. Haiti International. So yeah, and I also love to bake. So a lot of you guys are on here because you saw my cinnamon roll recipe and y'all loved that. So I love baking as well. So if any of those fit your fancy, then join the family. All right, now I am just going to drain and pour out my hot dogs and my spaghetti because it is ready. And all you have to do is taste the spaghetti to make sure it's not, crunchy or hard. But you don't want it too mushy, okay? So thankfully, my hot dogs because I didn't cut it into little pieces yet and they're still together, it's going to be super easy for me to just pull this out and literally just put it aside in a bowl. And I'm just going to pull all of these out, and I'm going to transfer it over to my cutting board so that I can cut it into pieces. Right now I have my seasonings on my cutting board, but I am just going to move the seasonings over to a plate so that I can be able to do this. So I move my seasonings to this little plate. I'm transferring my hot dogs over, and we're just going to slice them. And it should be super easy to slice because they're basically already cut. So I'm just going to slice it along the ridges like so. So let me tell y'all a little bit about this hot dog recipe. This is my dressed down hot dog recipe. It has a kick to it. It has that spice because I'm adding the paprika, the Creole seasoning, and the hot sauce. If you do not like spice, you can omit those ingredients. You do not have to add the paprika, Creole seasoning, and the hot sauce. But if you want that extra kick, honey, you can add in those ingredients. But this is my dressed down spaghetti. If you want a more dressed up Haitian spaghetti, let me know in the comment section because I have another recipe that's more dressed up that has a little more substance, a few more ingredients to it. That one might be better for like if you're feeding kids and stuff like that. But I love this one. Me and my husband tore this up, okay? We tore this up. Alrighty, so I'm done cutting my hot dogs. I'm just moving it to this bowl, and we are going to get ready to fry these babies up. I have my ingredients all cut up and ready to go. So I'm just putting some oil in my Dutch pot, and I'm putting that Haitian ippies. You got to make sure you cook down this ippies, okay? It's important. You want to fry this down in your pot, and I'm having a teaspoon of tomato paste. I let the tomato paste cook up for maybe about 45 seconds, and then I added my sliced hot dogs in there. So we're just mixing it up with that yummy ippies and that tomato paste and just frying these hot dogs up, and they're getting that good flavor and seasoning to them. They're going to taste so good. I just put about a teaspoon. I really just used the bottle cap, and I put about a teaspoon of vinegar just to add that acidity. It's just super good. It just brings out the flavor. Haitians love adding acidity to their cooking. So I love doing this. I feel like it does add to the recipe, and it helps to like make this base for my sauce. So you just want to add in just a little bit of that, not too much. And then, I'm going in with the hot sauce. I can't tell you how much of this to add. It's really up to you. But if you want it spicy, this is time to put in your hot sauce. All right, and just mix it all in. Now, tomato paste or ketchup is a must. How much of this? I think this is like, let's say 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of ketchup, and you're just going to put that in there. This is also helping to build that sauce that we're making. And then I'm just going to pour in all of my spices that I've created, and I'm just going to let this marinate and cook together. And we're just going to mix this all up. All of this yummy goodness. Doesn't this look so good? Doesn't this look amazing, y'all? This is such an amazing base for a good and yummy Haitian spaghetti. Did you know that you can make spaghetti with hot dogs? Maybe you came across this video through watching our reel and you never heard about, making a dish like this with hot dogs. Maybe with your culture, you guys use meatballs or chicken. Let me know what culture you're from and what you guys usually use in your spaghetti. But I just added half a cup of water. So this is to build the sauce so that all that tomato paste, ketchup, vinegar, everything can mix together. I'm going to add some black pepper. I added like 2 dashes of black pepper. I'm adding about a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm adding some garlic salt. just season it to your liking at this point. Make sure you're tasting the sauce, maybe taste the hot dog. I'm adding a couple dashes of paprika. You just want to season it to your liking, okay? It's very important. And taste your food so you know how it tastes before the end. So I'm adding a couple dashes of Creole seasoning. And I cut out those parts, but I was tasting my food and it was spicy and it was good and I was loving it. So I was really satisfied with my seasonings. All right. So what you're going to do is let this cook down for a few minutes on like a medium high heat. And basically I am going to add in my spaghetti, and I add it gradually because I want to make sure that the ratio is good, like a good amount of spaghetti with a good amount of sauce. So that's why I add it gradually, and then I mix it in to make sure that it has enough sauce for my liking. If you like a more saucier spaghetti, if you want, like I said, let me know in the comment section if you want me to do my dressed up version. Because my dressed up version, I use a little bit of ragu. So if you like a little bit of ragu, let me know in the comment section and I'll make you that example. But you want to just mix it up and keep mixing it, and you can slowly add in spaghetti. And I'm going to let you guys know, I'm going to show you guys how much leftover spaghetti that I had that I didn't end up using. And I just ended up giving it to my daughter because my daughter likes eating plain spaghetti with absolutely nothing on it. So I just put that aside for her. You can always use it for a different dish. But yeah, that ratio is important. So this is how it turned out, and I am putting it on medium high heat, letting it simmer. This is the spaghetti I had left. And then after letting it simmer, maybe like 8 to 10 minutes, this is the final result. It's nice and warm and everything is cooked through. All the spices are together. So I am just plating it now and getting ready to eat this amazing spaghetti with my husband. Man, this was bomb. It was kicking. It was spicy. It was flavorful. He absolutely loved it. Take a look at that, y'all. I mean, take a look at this. This was so good. You have to try this out. If you've never tried it, please try it out. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients. It doesn't take a lot of fuss. Let me know in the comment section if you like this recipe, if you enjoyed it. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe and leave this video a thumbs up. Until next time.